Hi, it's Maryann, and this is Tuesday Tales. Today's stories are all about facial hair. You know, mustaches and beards. And I've got a joke for you. Of course I do. Who can shave 10 times a day and still have a mustache? Give up? A barber. Get it? Because he's shaving other people. He can still have a mustache. All right, let's go on to our first story. Our first story is called Moes Mustache. There's Mo, and there's his mustache. And he looks very happy about it. It's written by Ben Clanton. On the end papers before it even starts, there's a package that says Marvelous Mustache Company, and the tag says for Mr. Mo Joe. And he says, huzzah! That means he's happy. He's really happy his package is there from the Mustache Company. He's opening it. Mo just got a mustache. A big, black, beautiful mustache. Everybody likes Moes Mustache. Wow, it's superific. Dude, awesome. I say, what a splendid mustache, nicely trimmed. Now, Not has a mustache. Oof. Tutu, too. Dot got a small one. Nib got a big pink one. So he was the only one with a mustache before, but now they all have mustaches. I wonder how he's going to feel about that. Bob, Bill, and Ben all got extra long and super squiggly mustaches. They were on sale! What? Uh-oh. That's not as happy as he was before. Now everybody has a mustache. Beautiful mustache! Ditto! I say, that is one tip-top mustache. Looking good. Wow! So everybody's happy about everybody's mustache. But Mo's going, Murph. That's not a happy sound. Murph. Mo's mustache no longer feels so big and black and beautiful. So Mo says goodbye to his mustache. Farewell, old pal. Murph. And says hello to a nice new scarf. Huzzah! A long, lined, lovely scarf. Comfy and cozy, too. But soon Dot has a scarf. Ack! Tutu, too. Really? Knots is nicely knotted. And Nib has one with tassels. Booyah! Bring back my scarf, you little monsters! Bob, Bill, and Ben borrow a scarf from a snowman. It fits perfectly. He has an angry face now, and what's above his head? That squiggles. That means, oh! Soon everybody has a scarf. Even Imp, the invisible monster, has a scarf. It's also invisible. Mo is not amused. Fantabulrific scarf! Awesomeness! Snazzy! Hot dog! I concur! Wow! See, they're all happy for each other, but Mo just is not happy. Why is everybody copying me? Wow, he's so unhappy he turned colors. He's bright red. They all look pretty surprised. Everybody explains. You're trenderific. Dude, you're one hip happening hombre. You're a fashion guru. You're a visionary. You're top notch, a gentleman of style. Oh, Mo had never thought of it that way. Well, Thanks. I think you're stylish too. Hey, let's have a... Suddenly Mo has an idea. What's he gonna have? Fashion show! Tutu's tutu is terrific. Nib rocks socks. Dot's hat is all the rage and her shoes, wow! Knot's bow tie is top notch. Bob, Bill, and Ben go naked. Imp does too. But the star of the show is Mo! Back with his mustache, his scarf, and his brand new afro, vintage 1970. Huzzah! Once he learned not to be so worried and jealous of other people, he had a good time. Now, Mo had a lovely mustache. This lumberjack has a lovely beard. And a mustache. It kind of covers his whole face. Lumberjack's Beard is written and illustrated by Duncan Beedie. Big Jim Hickory was a lumberjack. He lived by the forest in a log cabin. He had burly shoulders and a big bristly beard. Every morning he did limbering up exercises. It's very important to limber up if you're a lumberjack. He's stretching. Oh. After a hearty breakfast of pancakes and maple syrup, Jim slung his trusty axe over his burly shoulder and headed out into the forest. Chop, choppity chop went Jim's axe. Timber! Echoing through the valley as he felled tree after tree after tree. After a long day of swinging, whacking, cleaving, and hacking, Jim headed back to his cabin. What has he done? It's his job. His job is to cut down trees, and he's cut them all down. That evening, when he was just about to go to bed, he heard peck, peckety-peck at the door. Jim looked down to see a small and very angry bird. "I had just built a new nest in my tree," shrieked the bird, "and you chopped it down." Jim scratched his chin. Then he had an idea. I suppose you could move into my beard," he said. "Very well then," said the bird, and in it flew. The next morning, Jim woke up earlier than usual due to the birds chirping at the crack of dawn. He did his limbering up exercises, got dressed, and ate his breakfast with a little help from the new tenant in his beard. Aw, he's sharing. Jim's next job was to strip all the branches and leaves from the tree trunks and burn them in a big bonfire. After a long day of chopping and snapping and burning and crackling, Jim trudged back to his cabin for a well-earned rest. No sooner had he put away his axe than he heard a noise at the door. Scratch, scratchety scratch. He looked down to see a very angry porcupine. "I needed those leaves and pine needles to make a cozy shelter, but you burned them. Where am I going to live now?" snapped the porcupine. Jim thought and scratched his chin. "Well," he said, "I suppose you could move into my beard." He bent down and the porcupine crawled in. The next morning, Jim woke even earlier and attempted to do his limbering up exercises. He looked in the mirror and scratched his chin. Yow! He got porcupine quills in his fingers. He tried to eat his breakfast, but lost his appetite when he noticed bird poop on his shirt. Jim's job that day was to float all the tree trunks down the river to the lumber yard. One by one, he rolled the logs into the fast-flowing water. After a hard day of lugging, splashing, rolling, and crashing, Jim staggered back to his cabin. Thwump, thwumpity thwump went his door. He looked down this time to see a very angry beaver on his doorstep. "I spent all day building a dam, and it got smashed to bits by those logs you threw in the river," it snarled. Without a word, Jim picked up the beaver and put him in his beard. Oh, between the birds chirping, the porcupines prickling, and the beavers thwomping, Jim didn't get much sleep that night. He was too tired to do his limbering up exercises in the morning, and the beaver's thwomping tail knocked his pancakes all over the floor. Oh no, not the pancakes. "That's it," cried Jim. "I can't take it anymore. You all have to move out today." "But where will we live?" cried all the animals. As Jim scratched his chin, he had a brilliant idea. He went into his bathroom, took out a razor, and began to shave off his big, bristly beard. Then he took the hair and piled up on his porch, and the bird, the porcupine, and the beaver all moved into their big, bristly new den. That night, Jim slept better than he had in some time. He woke up and did some particularly vigorous limbering up exercises and put on a fresh plaid shirt. Then he made an enormous tower of pancakes and maple syrup. Jim looked out the window at the bare ground where the forest used to be and scratched his now stubbly chin. Then he had another brilliant idea. Jim took his shovel and dug hole after hole after hole and planted tree after tree after tree. Jim's beard grew back over time. Look at, he just has some stubble there. Now he almost looks like a pirate. Oh, it's getting thicker. Now it's winter, it looks like it's back to the way it was. The trees took quite a bit longer to grow, but it was worth the wait. The end. Aw, they stayed friends. That's nice. His beard ended up being very, very helpful for those animals. Now, we have one last book, and it's silly. It's called Mustache Baby by Bridget Heos and illustrated by Joy Ang. A mustache on a baby? Have you ever seen a mustache on a baby? I've never seen a mustache on a baby. How could this be possible? We'll have to read to find out. Even the first picture is silly. Baby with a mustache. When baby Billy was born, his family noticed something odd. He had a mustache. What does this mean? His mother asked. Well, it depends, the nurse said. You'll have to wait and see whether it's a good guy mustache or a bad guy mustache. And she's imagining a good guy mustache and a bad guy mustache. At first, it was plain to see that Billy's mustache was noble and just. He tamed a bucking bronco and became a cowboy. He always protected his cattle, stuffed animals. He cared for injured animals, always sewing the teddy bear's head back up, and mended broken fences. After setting things right, Billy would ride off to become a Spanish painter, or a ringleader, or a sword fighter. All these fun ideas of people with mustaches. And finally, a man of the law, for his neighborhood desperately needed him. With his cop badge, Billy was one tough hombre. He stopped speeders, outlawed poker, and caught thieves red-handed. Ooh, he's blowing a loud whistle, catching those kids taking cookies from the cookie jar. Everyone loved having Officer Billy around. But a funny thing happened. As Billy got bigger, his mustache grew and curled up at the ends. His parents' worst fears were realized. Billy had, bum bum bum, a bad guy mustache. No! Billy's disreputable mustache led him into a life of dreadful crime. He became a cat burglar, a serial criminal. He's taking cereal. And a train robber so heartless he even took the train tracks. But when he planned the biggest heist of all, a piggy bank robbery, his getaway car wasn't fast enough. He got caught and thrown in jail. He's just in his crib. Jail is no place for a baby, even a baby with a mustache. Billy tried to be strong, but he did shed a few tears. After ages and ages, Billy regretted his treacherous thievery. He wished his evil mustache would go away. At last, his mother busted him out of jail. He was probably just in time out for a few minutes. There, she said. Everybody has a bad mustache day now and then. Let's dry your tears, his father said. The new neighbors have a baby your age, and he's coming over to play. Hi! Oh, his new friend has a beard. I wonder if it turns into a bad guy beard. There are lots of other adventures with Mustache Baby. There's one where he and that neighbor get in trouble, and we have a brand new one where he becomes a pirate. They're a lot of fun, Mustache Baby books. Now let's see what's in our craft bag today. All right. There's a gray, black, and brown pipe cleaner and gray, black, and brown yarn. What are these for? Well, we're going to make our own mustaches. All you need to do is cut the yarn. So you can make a long mustache, a short mustache, a skinny mustache, a fat burly mustache, a good guy mustache, a bad guy mustache. You have so many choices, and it all depends on what kind of haircut you give your mustache and how long the mustache hairs are. Now, I think I'm going to make an old man mustache. So I take the yarn I've cut and I put it in the middle of the pipe cleaner and I fold the pipe cleaner over and then I twist it. So we don't need any glue or tape or anything else to hold our mustaches together. Each pipe cleaner will hold your mustache. Now I'm an old man with a long mustache. I could even cut, if you like being a hairdresser and you want to cut, you can cut your mustaches shorter. It's fun to play with mustache hair. You can also, so you can do that with all three colors. And then there's also beard time. And that is something for you to cut out. And you cut the hole out for the mouth. And then, dun dun dun, you got a beard like the Lumberjack had. Hope a bird doesn't poop on your shirt. That was not good luck. Now, I hope you enjoyed our mustache stories. Whether you're a little baby with a mustache, pretending to be a cop with a good guy mustache, or whether you are the bad guy with the bad guy mustache. I hope you had fun. I sure did. I'll see you next week. Have fun, guys. Bye-bye.